As New Mexico's foremost classical guitarist, Hector Pimentel's music reflects his rich cultural and artistic heritage.
7 years ago, a traumatic brain injury robbed him of his ability to hear and play music, but it was the power of music that healed his body, heart, and soul. And Hector once again inspires audiences around the world with his soulful sounds. And
Hector Pimentel and his wife Carol are joining us this morning. We are so privileged to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're very welcome. We're excited to be here as well.
What an amazing story. I mean, you are the eldest of 12 children, born into a family renowned for its handcrafted guitars. And 3 years ago, I want to mention that the Pimentel family was commissioned by the state legislature to craft the official New Mexico state guitar. So tell us all about the Pimentel Rising Sun guitar.
Actually, before my father passed away, which was in 2010, my father became the state guitar, my whole family actually. My father started the business in 1951.
Wow.
And so he passed it on to my brothers. I didn't want to be a guitar maker. I wanted to play the guitars because I wanted to play for all the girls, you know.
Right. Of course. Okay. Well, you got a good one. You did well.
Yeah. And anyway, so at any rate, as I was saying, my father started the business in 1951 and passed it on to my brothers, and they've been making guitars since they were about 6 years old.
Wow.
And then they went up. Now they're the foremost guitar makers in the world.
Absolutely.
And
incredible.
And it's an honor to be the state guitar along with the other, like the state bird and the state flower.
Absolutely.
And state biscochito. And
yeah. That's really cool. I didn't even know we had it. This is cool, the state guitar.
Who knew? I love it.
So obviously music in your family business, obviously. So you're saying that that's not so much what inspired you, it was the women? What would you say inspired you?
Well, actually, that's part of it too. You know. My inspiration was when I first heard my teacher, who was Hector Garcia, and he was he's still a great guitarist.
Sure.
And he taught me what I know now, and so I've been studying guitar since I was 6.5 years old.
That's amazing.
Until now, I'm still studying. Still
studying. You never you can never stop learning, right?
And then I had another guitar instructor by the name of Bob Brown, who's another inspiration of mine, and who's a jazz guitarist.
Okay.
And he's just a great guitarist as well, great musician. Both of them, Hector Garcia and Bob Brown. And also, my favorite guitarists are Andres Segovia, which was one of the greatest guitarists in the world.
Wow.
And then you have Chet Atkins, who's a country guitarist.
So a little diversity in the styles. I like that. And of course, we're taking a look right now at you in action, doing what you do best. And as I mentioned earlier in the segment, you suffered a severe brain injury that really threatened your life. Could you tell us a little bit about the story?
Well, I was playing for President Calderas at the UNM.
Okay.
For a special event that they had back in 2005. May the 13th, on a Friday. And after the performance, I had finished about 7 o'clock, and the security guard asked me to close the loading dock gate where I was parked. And I was going to another gig after that. Never made it, but at any rate, so here I'm closing this gigantic, massive gate at the UNM, and weighed over 1,000 pounds. And so here I'm closing it. And I came real close to closing it, and the gate fell on top of me, which crushed my whole face. I broke all my bones. I got my bones, had a brain injury. Apart from that, I broke my arm, my ribs, and my pelvis.
Wow.
You're lucky to be alive after that.
Well, yeah, what saved my life, it hit the curve. So I was pinned between the curve and the gate.
Gosh.
So it broke, like I was saying earlier, it broke my whole face, and I was disfigured.
Wow.
So I had major plastic surgery done on me, and
you look fantastic, I have to say.
Yeah, I had the best plastic surgeons here in the state of New Mexico.
Now, Carol, you were with him for, I'm sure the recovery process was a long one. Now, Can you tell me just a little bit about how that was, how that recovery process went?
Hector and I have been married since '08,
Wow.
about 4 years. And when I met Hector, he had been about 3 years into his recovery.
Oh, okay.
And it was amazing to see every day and his growing process and his healing process and his music, the way he studied music and just focused on the guitar, I believe really helped with that healing process.
You never let the passion dissipate, even though you went through all that. And has the injury changed the way you play music?
It has a little, as far as the way I think nowadays is, I feel more, what's the word I'm trying to say, more inspired to play more and more and more, because I stopped playing for a year and a half.
Wow.
I couldn't play. I mean, I was totally, almost destroyed, as far as my music and the way I was thinking, and it just affected my brain.
But now things are different, thank goodness for all of us, because Hector and Carol are going to actually play a song for us in the next half hour of the show, and so you're giving us something to look forward to. I cannot wait to see you play live.
Well,
you're definitely going to be in for a treat when he does.
Yes.
And still ahead on New Mexico Style, man versus machine, the benefits of working with a CPA versus that tax software you might be using.